Think about that split second when you reach into your pocket, that sudden emptiness. Your keys, your wallet, or your phone aren't where they're supposed to be. Feel that cold fear stabbing into your stomach. Your world stops. Your breath catches. And yet, it's just an object. It can be replaced. But your brain sounds the alarm as if a limb has been torn off. That same morning, if you had found a stack of cash on the ground, the joy you'd feel wouldn't even come close to that terror, because the pain of losing hits twice as hard as the pleasure of gaining. Right now, we are deep inside the most primitive vault of your mind. Its name is loss aversion, the invisible warden that governs your life, chaining you to unhappy relationships and dead-end careers. Look at that ordinary mug on the table. If I gave it to you as a gift, its value would instantly change. A minute ago, it was worthless. The moment it becomes yours, it turns priceless. If someone tried to take it, you'd demand far more than its market value. They call this the endowment effect, but in truth, it's the ego's pathological need to define itself. The moment you touch something, your mind spins an invisible web around it. It is no longer just an object, it is an extension of you. That t-shirt in your closet you haven't worn in years, this is why you can't throw it away. Tossing it feels like killing the version of you who once bought it. This mechanism may look like a bug in the modern world, but its roots lie in the bloody history of survival. Go back 100,000 years. You have only one day's worth of food. Losing it doesn't mean being hungry. It means dying. It means being erased from history. Finding extra food, on the other hand, is merely nice. Evolution didn't design you to be happy. It designed you to survive. You couldn't afford to gamble on whether the rustle in the bushes was just the wind, a gain, or a tiger, a loss. You always had to run as if it were a tiger. Accepting a loss means accepting a mistake, and your brain would rather suffer than admit it was wrong. Logic says, sell and get out, but that primal instinct screams, if you sell, the loss becomes real. If you wait, there's still hope. That hope is a swamp that slowly swallows you. The man who loses his house at the gambling table isn't playing to win the money back. He's playing to erase the feeling of having lost. This poison doesn't just circulate in economics. It flows through your veins into your relationships. Think of that relationship that consumes you. Why can't you walk away? Because the sunk cost fallacy has its hands around your throat. I gave 4 years to this. Am I supposed to throw it away? As if these 4 years could buy your future happiness. The past is a dead investment. It's gone. But in trying to rescue it, you burn your only remaining capital, your future. You choose the known hell over the unknown heaven. Because the unknown is a potential loss. Change is a trade. To gain something, you must give something up. Your mind fixates so intensely on what you're losing that the gain fades into the background. Even with a better job offer, the idea of losing that comfortable chair and those familiar faces paralyzes you. What if it's worse? Drowns out, what if it's amazing? You suffocate in uncertainty. But remember, inaction is also an action, and it carries the heaviest cost, slowly rotting in place. Marketers wield this fear like a knife. Last 24 hours. Don't miss out. When you hear these phrases, logic shuts down. You don't question if you need it. You open your wallet just to escape the pain of missing out. You don't keep Netflix because you watch the movies. You keep it because losing access to that library hurts. Losing options is painful, even if you never use them. When Kahneman and Tversky proved this, They drove the final nail into the coffin of human rationality. Humans are not rational. We rationalize. First, we fear and cling. Then we wrap it in logic. Your happiness formula is broken. Just to remain neutral, you must keep winning. The moment you stop, you feel like you're losing. This mechanism prevents you from living in the present. While loving your child, the sadness of knowing they will grow up creeps in. On the first day of a vacation, the stress of the return journey begins. Ownership is an illusion, but its cost is real. You don't own what you have. What you have owns you. So, is there a way to break free from this primal curse? First, diagnose it. When you feel that inner ache, ask, do I really want this? Or am I just afraid of losing it? The difference is the difference between freedom and slavery. Every decision made out of fear is an offering to a God that never gets full. The more you sacrifice, the more it demands. You must change your frame. See it not as losing something, but as paying a price. The price of freedom is giving up that salary. The price of a new love is leaving behind old wounds. Every choice is a loss, yes, but it is also a creation. Without emptiness, there can be no fullness. If you cling to the air in your lungs out of fear of losing it, you die. Life is a rhythmic cycle of exhale and inhale. Refuse to lose, and you block the flow of life itself. The greatest loss aversion of all is the fear of death. All these small fears are just trailers for that final ending. Losing your wallet, your status, your youth, they all remind you of non-existence. Because the self cannot imagine a universe where it doesn't exist. It digs its claws into everything that does. I am here. This is mine. It shouts through objects and titles. Yet cemeteries are filled with men who believed they were indispensable, buried alongside their rotting possessions. True power is not the ability to hold on, but the courage to open your hands and let everything be carried away by the wind. That clear, cold, silent moment when you realize you own nothing is where fear ends. Because from someone who has nothing to lose, nothing can be taken. And only then, truly, do you begin to live. You are not the sum of what you think you own. You are the emptiness that remains when you let it all go.